Hey guys, Prowl1701 here, and today we are going to be ranking the cover art for Doctor Who The Collection box sets. All the ones that have been released so far. Let's have a nice shot of all of them. Right now we have gotten 9 sets. Hard to believe we're about a third of the way through. Crazy. It's so hard to believe we have this many of these out. Come a long way. So I'm just going to be ranking the front art. So not all of it, because, geez, I don't know if I could. You know, not going by all the art on it, but just going by the front cover from worst to best. Let me start out by saying that all of these are phenomenal. Lee Binding is absolutely amazing. He's my favorite Doctor Who artist. I absolutely love his Doctor Who work. All of these are good. None of these are bad. And it really is hard to rank these, and I've been wanting to rank them for a while, but one, it's really hard. Two, you know, most of the time when a new set comes out, we already know the next set that's coming, and I don't like to judge that one without having it in hand. But since we have gotten season 24 in and we haven't gotten the announcement for the next one at the time of this recording, I figured now would be a good time to attempt to rank them. And honestly, as I've been setting up for this video, stuff's still moving around. I don't have an actual written down list. At the bottom, I think I'm going to go with, I'm trying to be gentle. Every time, man, these British UK ones, every time I'm handling them, I feel like I'm handling them like a newborn child. I'm always worried they're going to get scratched or dented or, you know, something. Seriously, I'm paranoid. Like, if I ever have children, I'm going to handle them this carefully, I think. In the bottom, I would put this one, which is still amazing. Again, all of these are good. I love that the background is the opening to John's theme for most of his run. You can also see it down here. I like the enemies with the Daleks and Omega. I love that he's holding his Sonic. I absolutely love that. I'm not as keen on the face. Maybe it's because I'm aware of on the original release for this art, the face is flipped backwards, just like it's still like that on the US art for some reason. And maybe I just can't get that out of my head, but it looks a little off. And I don't really care for this orange coloring. It's a good contrast to the green, and I love the green running through it since Green Death is in this season, and Green Death is such a well-known Doctor Who story. I understand why it's there. The green, I understand. I love that they use so much green in it, because green is a predominant theme in this season, especially in Green Death. And orange is the opposite on the color wheel, but just for some reason that shade of orange, or gold, or whatever you want to call it, just doesn't do much for me. But I do like it. It's just my least favorite of them so far. And like I said, John's face looks a little off for me for some reason. Next on the list, this is where it gets tricky. It gets really hard. I'm actually going to go with, I think this one, season 14. I love this one a lot. I love that Lee put Tom in his Sherlock Holmes outfit from Talons. I really wanted that, and Tom's got a serious look on. I love that he used the sewer as the background. I like the red because it's different and the villains on it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Tom is not in his traditional outfit, even though I love that they used the Talons outfit. It's what I wanted him to do. Maybe it's because he's not in his traditional outfit. It just doesn't quite click with me as much as I love the outfit. The lettering being in the blue strongly contrasts the red, and I think I tend to like when the lettering matches more with the color in it. I'll get more on that later. But as much as I love this one, I just don't quite love it as much as some of the ones that come later. Let's move on to the next one, which is this one. I really like it a lot. I think that's a better picture of John, but it looks more like a photo than like an abstract painting like a lot of those do. Like a lot of the others, like the season 26, 24, these almost look like they were painted, whereas this one looks more like an actual photo, which for me stands out a little bit. I love the Axon background, but I do find it a little plain. It's really good. I just find it a little plain, honestly. I love that he's holding the dematerialization circuit. I love his Terror of the Autons outfit. I love that shot of Delgado. That is wonderful. That's really nice. I like the lettering here and the yellow, which again reminds me of the Axons. Really, really good. Again, it just looks a little more like a photo instead of like a painting like a lot of the others do. That, and I don't like how this is zoomed in instead of, it's zoomed in a little further than it usually is. Season 24 is like that too. Still good, but again, I found the background not quite as interesting as a lot of them. These really are hard to rank because they're all so amazing. Next on the list, I'm gonna go, I think, with Season 26. I love the background. This is one of the best backgrounds. I love the asteroids in the background, which are very reminiscent of his opening. I love that he's holding his umbrella, because that's a huge trademark of his. Again, love that shot of Anthony Ainley's Master, as I do think Survival is his best performance as the Master. I like Sylvester's face. It looks considerably older than the Season 24 one. And it does look more like that Chess Master Doctor. I think the main thing that puts me off here is that teal. I just don't get into that teal color right here on the lettering. Something about, I don't like the color teal much. I find it very just uninteresting. I think that's really the main thing that's pulling this back, is I don't really care for teal. And a lot of these 80s seasons have this magenta and teal in the background. You'll see that is kind of a theme in the 80s, that magenta and teal, which I love magenta. It's a great color, but I don't really care for teal, so that kind of holds it back for me. But I love the rest of it. It looks really, really good. Let's see. Next, I think I'm going to go with the Colin Baker one. I actually like this one more than you would think, considering it's, Colin Baker. I love how he's holding his lapel here. I love that shot of his face. That is just a really good shot of his face. And I love the star background. Again, very reminiscent of his intro. I love the little lights. Almost flares right here. That looks really, really good. The enemies right here. Again, the lettering is very different. It doesn't quite blend with the background because it's very blue here with the red lettering in red, which to me stands out and bothers me just a little. But it still looks really good. I love that this is actually the space station pulling the TARDIS in there. I love that they added that detail to the background. I really like this one a lot. Again, I'm not super fond of this season. I do like Mysterious Planet and Terror a lot, but the other two are just okay. Well, I don't really like Mind Warp at all. So I was surprised I like this one as much as I do, but I really do like that art. I really think it does Colin justice. And then next is Season 24. I really love a lot of things. One, I love McCoy's face. It's very Season 24 McCoy. It's got this kind of humorous look on here. He looks a lot younger in this one. I love that he's wearing the scarf from Time and the Rani. I love that he is holding the spoons. That is one of the big things I love. I wanted him to hold his spoons. That's very Season 24. I love that. I love this magenta color because I love magenta. It's a great color. I love that, again, right here, this kind of blends in with it. The color here blends in with the color in the background. I like when it does that. Some great shots of the villain, including the Rani. The background is not quite as interesting as some. It's kind of the bees from Time and the Rani. It's nowhere near as interesting as the background for Season 26. It's more like the Season 8 background. It's not as interesting, but it's still really, really good. And just overall, I like it. I like the face. I love the spoons. I love the color. It really sells me on this one. And next up is Season 19. I love Season 19. It's very unique. It has this light blue going through it. None of the other sets have that color scheme that this one has. I love this light blue going on in the background. Very reminiscent of his intro, at least right there. Although the rocks are a cool add-on. I love the kind of lights going out from right here. I love that the lettering is in that light blue. I love that he's holding Adric's star. That's very, very nice. It's a great shot of David. Why am I saying David? Davidson. Peter. It's a great shot of Peter Davison. And a good one of the villains. Although Anthony Ainley looks a little weird. It's an odd picture of Anthony Ainley. But I love that blue. Again, this is the only one that really has this color layout, which I really, really like that blue. I'm very fond of this one. These two are really hard for me to pick between. I think I'm going to go with this one in second place. Although if you ask me tomorrow, this one could be in first place. I do love this one a lot. This one's a little more basic because it was the first one, but I love just having the time vortex from his intro right here. It's perfect. That's a great shot of Tom in his iconic Season 12 outfit with his hat, his fedora, and his scarf, and that look on his face is perfect. Great shot of all the villains from the season. The only thing really hurting it is that you can't see he's holding his Sonic, because I know a lot of times they were talking about the logo was going to be up here when they were originally planning these, so they probably didn't know it was going to be covering up, putting it down here. His Sonic is covered up by the logo, and you can't really see it. And I love Tom holding his Sonic, so that's a little disappointing. But again, it was the first one; they didn't really know. And again, while it's a little more simple, I absolutely love this season. It's my favorite season in all of Doctor Who, so that could be part of it. And I just love that look on Tom's face. I really like this one a lot. I really, really do. And I guess my favorite so far, although again, if you ask me tomorrow, it could be the season 12 one, is I do love the season 18. Part of it is I love that look on Tom's face. That is definitely a Tom Baker look. That is Tom Baker right there. I mean, just the look on his face. I love the hand waving, because you don't know if he's waving really. He could be waving hello. He could be waving goodbye. It's a very Tom thing to do with that. I love the background. Again, very reminiscent of his intro for his final season. I like his season 18 outfit a lot. I like that shot of the Master and all the villains, and I like all the little lights you can kind of see right here, like space and stuff. And the kind of galaxy vortex stuff right here. It looks really, really good. And again, I like that the color blends in on this one. The color of the logo is only slightly darker than the kind of magenta, light violet color right here. Yeah, I just love everything going on in this one. Tom's face really sells it for me. So this one is probably my favorite. But again, it varies on, day to day. They're all magnificent, and I like all of them. So yeah, that's been me ranking all 9 of the sets to come out so far. So what's your favorite? How would you rank them if you were ranking them? Do you own them all? Which ones are you missing? Other things to do: click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. I am doing a couple polls that are open to the public right now on my Patreon. You can find a link to my Patreon down in the description below. They're both polls voting on which Doctors I'll be doing reviews on. One poll is for classic Doctors, one poll is for modern Doctors. But if you would like to vote in that, check down in the description and click on that link. And while you're there, if you would like to become one of my patrons, check that out. There's different tiers in case there's anything there that interests you and you'd like to support what I do. Most importantly, though, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.